Us who are there to see the Skype, we had the Skype of the students with somebody from Dubai and many others. I believe, given the opportunity and given being enabled with the IIT facility, much more can be achieved. So the door is still open for more of the IT facility, teaching and learning support materials. On top of that, we also have challenges in our infrastructure. Through your good friendship, I am sure that we can be able to reach other partners who can be able to come in and assist in the infrastructure, especially classrooms for the computers, because the primary and the secondary are having that small room. If we can have more of the classrooms, the better. If we can get more of the computers, the better. If we can have more partnership, especially on supporting the very bright and needy students within our school, then we would be very happy. Disability and poverty are closely related. Most of these children have been what they are maybe because of poverty. Poverty how? The parents might have been malnourished the time they conceived these children, and therefore handicapness down to the child at then. Other things would have been lack of medication during early stages, and therefore this child was born as he or she is because of that kind of approach. And therefore, because of this, we have quite a number of children whose parents are not able to afford to pay the boarding fee which is charged. We are under free primary education, but still this is a boarding school where children are boarders, and children need to eat, children need to read at night, they need to use light, they need to use water, they need to use other facilities. And therefore these facilities have to be paid for by the parents. But the parents, majority of them, or quite a good number of them, are not able. Tradition has messed up with disability. Because once we admit the child here, it is like the parent has said, "Uyo ni wao, uyo si wangu," and they forget about that child. We have been fighting with the parents over and again. I wish my counterpart in the primary tells you the fees arrears for the boarding. And in 1 year, the primary only pays 10,000 shillings per year. But parents have children here right from standard 1, and now the child is in standard 8, and the parent does not pay anything, might be owed by the school over 60,000, 70,000. Do you think hiyo fees italipwa tena? Ruto alituambia kwamba tupeane certificates na tutalipwa hiyo pesa. Tukapeana last year. Today hakuna single cent tumepata. Last week there is a student who left with a school balance of 95,000. Sababu tangu aingie form 1 kila wakati mzazi anamwambia we nenda shule. Akifika hapa nikimuuliza wapi school fees, parent told me to come. I tell him okay, go back home. Anaambia basi nipatie fare ya kurudi nyumbani. Sina fare ya kurudi nyumbani. One, nakudai. Alafu unaniambia nikupatie nini? Fare ndio urudi nyumbani. So at times we are left with no answers. So I am asking you, ukisikia umeguzwa, you can even afford to pay only 1 terms, 1 year's fee. For the secondary fee, the boarding fee for the secondary is only 24,000. 24,000. While other schools are paying 100, and they are boarders and they are eating. And here actually we feed them like queens and kings. But God has been doing that. So that is an appeal which I'm making to you. Kindly, if you feel that. Lastly, but not the least, today I know is a big day. And I know Kunle is our guest of honor, will donate something to the school. And we feel appreciated together with your team.
We appreciate our guests and the people who have really been touched to make sure that they do something for these children. I also want to challenge our students and pupils to know that when you see such guests coming all the way to come and do something for you, we want you also to note that they have really sacrificed a lot, and all they want is for you to have a bright future. Why am I saying that? My challenge is, please work hard, use the facilities that you are being given by our very good friends to make sure that it assists you to be a better person tomorrow. All that I'm sure the institution wants to do is to make sure that when you leave this institution, you come out as a much better person than the way you came, and also to prepare you for the hostile world out there. I know it is a big challenge, our guests. Actually, the biggest challenge for the deaf is one. It's because out there, nobody understands the deaf because they cannot communicate. And communication is the key, and that have been the challenge for the deaf. You find that even our society out there, when they try to talk to these children and they don't respond, they think as if they are rude, ignorant, or whatever, just because they cannot hear what the other people are saying. And by the end of the day, you find that they are isolated in a way that some of them feel much more at home when they are in this institution, because they feel here they are appreciated and they are noticed. That have been the big challenge. And the fact that now we are also trying to improve not only education, but also other issues, other things like ICT and the rest, because out there, what I've actually seen is that with IT, the students, you only interact with the screen. So you don't need the other person to interpret even what you want to communicate. And it is one field that can really benefit the deaf. So it's my challenge that now that you have been given that opportunity, you try to use it well so that it can benefit you once you leave this institution. Also, I just wanted also to mention this institution, like now the secondary school, it is actually, as he said, we have done, this is the second Form 4 that they have done. This came about because initially we only had 4 secondary schools all over the country. And it was a big challenge that some of our pupils here, once they left standard 8, they were having problems on where to go. My daughter, I was able to take her to St. Angela's in Mumias, and when I talked to the principal there, the principal was telling me that some of the students, like who come from Mukambani, they go there to Form 1 and finish Form 4 without the principal even seeing the parent. Why? Because even to some of the parents, for an example, if we give a parent who is in Kadonzweni, in the interior there, they have not even reached Nairobi. And you're asking that parent to take this child to Mumias, which is on the other side of the border of Kenya and Uganda. So it was a very big challenge. And you find these children, they go there. They don't, at that particular time, even Kenya Sign Language was different from each regions. They used to take a very long time even to adopt to the language of that particular area. By the time they start now learning, they have already missed a year or 2. And that was one of the things that made us, together with the principal, we said, no, we should do something so that these children can have a continuity with their education. They are not interrupted, and also create an opportunity for them to be near home. That's how we came up with that secondary school. We didn't have anything. We have really struggled. As you can see, we only have one structure with the 2 rooms and the other building. So our other main challenge is actually classrooms for the secondary school. And also we need dormitories for that, for the secondary school. And I think, Madam Chair, that is a challenge that you are going to really face. It is a big one, but I know you are up to the task. So I don't want to talk much, but just to appreciate everybody here, more so our guests, for having spared this day to come and be with these children who really actually needs you. And I'm sure we will have you today and another day. Some of us, even if I've retired as a chair, I'm still part and parcel of the deaf community, because I feel that is where I belong. And I feel that by God making my daughter to be deaf, he was calling me also to come and serve the deaf. Because before she became deaf, I was in Machakos and I never knew this school existed until she came to this school. And even when she left a long time ago, but I've remained to be with this school to make sure that I also do something for the deaf community. Not that I was only here for my child to learn, no. In fact, most of the things we have tried to do, I knew she will not benefit from them. But I always feel that the other parent who is going to have a deaf child today or tomorrow should not go through the many difficulties some of us went through. And we are also trying to see how best we can do so that the parents of these children can be communicating with their children by teaching them also sign language.
Thank you so much for inviting me here. And again, I'm so happy to see these beautiful faces. I'm so happy to see them, and I'm here to talk to them directly. I must thank the administration and even the outgoing chairman and the incoming chairperson. I must say thank you for, inviting us, because some of us, we hear about this school, but from afar. When you invite us, now we understand when we are here in person and we see. We promise to actually also chip in and to create an awareness and to ask for more supporters to come and stand with you. Now I'll talk directly to the pupils, and I don't know if we have some from the high school, the students too. Yeah, we also have the students here, and I'll just say hi to the students too. Yes, my message is very simple. Disability is not inability. I will repeat, disability is not inability. I come from a family where we have disabled relatives. But you know what? They have not allowed their disability to limit their potential. I also have a code name. I've just been given a code name somewhere there. My code name is like this. You understand? Like this, and then like that. That is my code name. So I was saying inability is not disability. And as I told you, God created you with a purpose of impacting the world and of changing the world. And another thing I will tell you, Kenya is such a blessed nation. I believe all of you here, you are going to represent Kenya in different international forums. You are going to start an interaction program, and I must give it up to Microsoft, because once you are good in IT, once you are good and you have presence, online presence, then directly you can influence the world. And I'm happy to hear that there were pupils and students, being on Skype and communicating with people from the Saudi Arabia, from Asia, Arab world, and even the European. I'm here to tell you, don't look down on yourselves. I'm here to tell you, don't allow anybody to look down on you, because the world you are in is so special. And if you concentrate without being intimidated, and if you put God first, then the world will turn because of you, because of you, because of you, and because of you, and because of you. I hear this school began in 1986 or 85. and you've seen how it has helped you, you need to concentrate in such a manner when you get out of this school, you defend this school and you defend people like you. And I don't want you only to help those who are disabled. I want you to become world changers. And I know you can do it. And I know you're already doing it. Is that true? Is that true? Are you going to change the world? How many are going to change the world? How many? If you are going to change the world, show me a hand sign that you're going to change the world. How many are going to change the world? Show me by a sign. Yes. How many are going to become international, not only local? Either in medicine, either in being a pilot, either in becoming a president, either in becoming an IT guru like Steve Jobs or, Bill Gates. Who is going to concentrate and become number one? I'm happy. And how many are saying inability is not disability? How many are saying that? I can tell you one thing. You can now put your hands down. There is an artist called Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder is actually blind. He cannot see. But he's won numerous Grammy Awards all over the world. And not only him, there are also other powerful ministers. Even in our cabinet, we have MPs who are also disabled, but they are ruling the entire country. So I don't want to speak much. I might make you not know what I really wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you two things. I want you to remember. One, everyone in your heart say, I will put God first. Everyone in your heart just say, I will put God first. And then everyone in your heart say, disability.